I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but if you're watching today's video, gents, you wanna make more money. Now, if you wanna make more money, you need to be in a stronger position that pays you more money. And in order to be elevated into the stronger position, your work needs to be noticed. You need to be recognized by other people in your company. In today's video, gents, 10 tips to get noticed, promoted, and make more money. Tip number 1, you've got to be really good at what you do. Here's the harsh reality. You're not as good as you think you are at what you do. Yeah, you're above average. You're better than about 60% of people. Well, guys, that's not enough. All right, so you're really good. You're better than 80% of people. Still not enough. You're really good. You're better than 95% of people. Now we're just starting to get somewhere. Think about it. In today's economy, we're dealing with the winner-take-all scenario. Now, the winner-take-all market, in case you're not familiar with it, is when those at the top earn a disproportional amount than compared to all those below them. The easiest place to see this market play out, sports. Let's look at the NFL. You've got a quarterback, you've got a lineman, you've got a backup safety. It's safe to say this quarterback and the safety both put in a lot of work, but the quarterback is going to earn 100 times more. So all that being said, what can you do to become a top performer fast? First up, focus in on your strengths, your unique ability. Don't focus in on your weaknesses. What am I really good at? What, when I do it, I actually feel more energized? Because when you find something that is needed, something that you're passionate about, and you can mix those two together with work, all of a sudden you accelerate very quickly and you can become world-class at this very quickly. Next up, identify the work that matters and then do it. We're talking about the deep work, the work that is meaningful, that is actually going to progress your career. Oftentimes during the day, we want to feel like we're getting things done, so we get really busy with things that don't matter. You know what I'm talking about. Showing up to meetings we don't even have to be at, running meetings that we shouldn't be running, answering emails. Guys, nobody got a big promotion, got a big pay raise because they were really good at answering emails. So have you ever tried cutting something with a dull knife? It's obvious, right? If you don't have a sharp edge, you're not going to cut anything. The point I'm hitting on is this. Your mind is like a knife. And if you don't sharpen your mind, you're going to be working and you're going to be hitting things with that dull edge and getting nothing done. So what are you doing continuously to sharpen your mind? Guys, tons of options out there. You've got newsletters, you've got books, you've got audiobooks, courses, you can go back to school. Now that last one can be really expensive, so before you go do that, you should check out Skillshare. Gentlemen, Skillshare, the sponsor of today's video, is an online learning platform with almost 30,000 classes. We're talking in entrepreneurship, business, design, anything you want to pick up, you want to learn how to do, you should go check out Skillshare because it's going to enable you to very quickly pick up skills and sharpen your mind. So you want to become more productive? Go check out my friend Thomas Frank's Master Productivity class. Absolutely love what he's put together here. He's really just laid it out, everything you need to start becoming more productive. Or maybe email is the bane of your existence. So go check out this email productivity class by Alexandra Samuel. In this class, she stays ultra specific and she helps you work smarter so that you can empty out your inbox and get on doing the more important things in your day. Or what if you're starting your own business? You're a bit overwhelmed. You have no idea how to price your services. Then you need to check out this class, Pricing Your Work, How to Value Your Work as a Freelancer. Or let's say you've been looking to switch your career. You want to get into coding. You hear it's hot. Well, how about you go take a course, how to hand code your first website, HTML and CSS basics. Guys, you need to check out Skillshare's premium membership. You get access to all of their courses and you can pick and choose the ones you want to take. And the best part about this premium membership, less than $10 a month when you choose the annual plan. Guys, I'm linking the Skillshare down in the description of today's video. Use that link, get 2 months free. It's a great company. Great deal. Go check this out. If you want to sharpen your mind, invest in yourself. So we've established the first and most important step to getting noticed, promoted, and making more money is to be a top performer. But you've got to understand that that is not all of the equation. In fact, high performance alone doesn't guarantee anything. Just ask Rene Funk. Who's this Rene guy? Who am I talking about? Exactly. Rene Funk is one of the top World War I aces coming out of France, downed over 120 German planes. But history doesn't remember Rene. We remember the Red Baron, even though he shot down 40 less planes. Why? Now, let me be clear. The Red Baron was no slouch. He was a top performer, but he also had something else going for him. The German government was blowing his horn. They were making this guy out to be a legend. Everyone was talking about him. He had strong networks. So this is key, guys. To get noticed, to get promoted, you've got to become a master networker. It's not all about being the top performer. When you take the networking with the top performance, magic happens. And these are the relationships you build. A lot of guys, they don't like the word networking. Think of it like building professional relationships. People start to know who you are, and all of a sudden your reputation grows, and the level of success you are able to achieve is much higher than just if you were a high performer. Now let's talk about you becoming a linchpin. The term linchpin, I took it from Seth Godin. What it means is basically it's a pin within a structure that if you pull it out, the whole structure falls. Make yourself useful and valuable in many different situations and develop skill sets so that all of a sudden people realize, wow, this person, they've only been here 2 years, but they've got 20 years, it seems like, of experience. They know everyone in the industry. They make things happen. Those are the people that get promoted. Next up, strategically volunteer. I know that you're busy. Everybody's busy, but a lot of people at work, they wait for assignments to be assigned to them. How about you actually go out in the company and you look for your next project? People like this that take the initiative, they don't get the leftovers. They go out there and they grab and they get the lion's share. Now, that being said, don't over volunteer. You've got to have boundaries on your time, because when you start to build up a reputation as that go-to person, people are going to start just wanting to throw things on you. And you've got to recognize, who do you report to? And even your boss, you can say no. Now, you don't say no directly, but what you point out is, you've given me this assignment. If I take this other assignment that you're giving me now, I'm going to have to put this other assignment to the side. And you just have your hard boundaries. I think that people really, when it comes down to it, they can perform very highly at 35 to about 45 hours a week. Past that, you're really ineffective. And any company that's trying to push you to do more, really, I just don't think they're getting the most productivity out of you. You can argue with me down in the comments, but I'm a big fan of play hard and work hard and simply make sure that you're showing up and getting things done. Now, these next two, I'm going to bring them together. You've got your quality standards and you have your own deadlines. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, they never set their own deadlines. They don't set a quality standard if it wasn't given to them. But you should have internally your own standards. When you've got quality standards, people know what they're going to consistently get at a bare minimum. Most people, you know what their standard is? The bare minimum. Whatever they can get by with. And that is not going to cut it. Now, when it comes to deadlines, now, a lot of people, again, they wait for a deadline to be thrown on them. How about you be proactive and put the deadline out there and set it for yourself? Know that, okay, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to complete this. This rarely ever happens, that someone is pushing up their own deadlines. And again, whenever your boss's boss sees this, all of a sudden they recognize this person is management material, and you stand a better chance of getting noticed and promoted. And speaking of rare things that employees do, how about communicate better with your boss? Not just let them communicate down to you, but you're actually reaching out to them, asking what you can do to make their life easier. Now, they may realize, and you want to be really clear, hey, I've got these projects I'm working on, but I can move them around if you've got something that's more important for me. But what they noticed here is that you were proactive. It makes you look better. All of a sudden, it makes you more prepared, because you realize, hey, I got to get this stuff done because we're going to go over to this other project. You start getting inside information. Now, this kind of person is rare, because a lot of people are scared to communicate well with their boss because they're worried about, just simply getting more work. That's not always the case if you can frame it in a way that you're really clear. You are busy. You do have things that you're doing, but is there something of higher priority? And speaking of priorities, I know you've got 100 priorities, right? Everything is being thrown at you. You've got so much work that you cannot die because you're going to be busy for the next 200 years. The reality is that we all have a limited amount of time on this planet. You've got to identify and zero in on what truly is important and do that first. Now, this is tough, and to make it easy, I'm sharing with you my priority matrix. I'm going to pull it up right now. Very easily, you can identify what is urgent and important and ignore what is non-urgent and non-important. So there's an old story about how Andrew Carnegie brought in a consultant because he had 100 things he had to get done. And so the consultant asked him to write out those 100 things. He did 100 things right on the list, then put them in the order of priority. And then he simply ripped off the page and left the top 5 and said, you know what? You're going to do these all week, one each day. And at the end of the day, he got done a lot more and was much more productive. Now, this next one's a bit more advanced, but that is to clarify your goals with precise numbers. So there's a saying, what gets measured gets improved. So many companies, so many people in the companies, they throw out these lofty aspirations. I want to become the #1 company that makes these type of parts. I mean, it is so general that it's almost laughable. You need to take a step back and first off, make sure that you know what metrics matter. And then all of a sudden you can use those metrics that matter and set them as a score. Getting back to sports, when you look at it, why do we like to watch any game? Because we can see the score going up and down. The score matters. Being able to have metrics, being able to have that as you build out your goals, all of a sudden, when you start pressing for that, when you're the person that is saying, hey, what metrics actually matter? Can we get these into our goals? And can we track as we go after these? You become invaluable. You become the person that gets noticed, the person that gets promoted, and the person that makes more money. So what video to watch next? How about improve your morning routine? I've got 10 simple tips to having a better morning routine for you right here, guys. Go check out the video. I will link to it down in the description.